Akua Asantiwa, and she's from an organisation, Star Black Foundation International. Basically, she's going to tell you all of this herself. I'm just going to give you an intro here, just briefly. Uplifting rural communities, giving the youth and villages in general some help towards a better future. And this is all about helping them in Africa. Am I saying that correctly? In Africa. Akua, thank you ever so much. You're so rural as you sit there with your... I meant to sit up straight myself. You sit there like that, you know, very regal. You're doing such a great job.
Thank you.
Tell me all about your organisation and what it's there for.
Okay, well, Star Black Foundation has been in operation in Ghana from about 2003, and they're registered with the National Youth Council, which means that they are an NGO as well. And their focus...
NGO?
Non-governmental organisation.
Oh, right. Okay.
And their focus has always been on youth and development.
Yes.
Because, yes, the adults can do their bit, but we've got to make sure that the youth have a little bit of support.
They're our people for tomorrow. Yeah.
Exactly. They're the next set of parents, aren't they?
Yeah.
So they've been working tirelessly to deliver training programs and working with people like Conservation International and promoting safer birth control options and health and nutrition and everything like that. So they really are making a difference in the rural communities that they're
So
targeting.
how do you get your word about and your name about, and what do you do exactly here in the UK?
In the UK, we've been doing quite a lot of radio shows. We've been appearing at different functions that are focused on the Afro-Caribbean community, and also we are doing meetings in various different parts of London to sensitise people about the organisation and the up-and-coming event in September.
It's so important, we all know this, to give our youth a little elbow. Some of them may say we need to give them a swift kick, but rarely, just to give them that, inspire them, empower them. Okay, there's a lot of bad press on our youth today. So what you're doing here, is it part and parcel of giving them some hope?
Absolutely,
over there?
Absolutely. I mean, the focus of the group, as I said, was to give them vocational activities to do. So there's been a lot of training for things like healthier options with bread making, because there's a lot of sugar and salt and white flour that goes into the processing of bread making, and as we know, these things are really quite detrimental to health. And what we found, or what I found especially on my visits to Ghana, was there was no alternative to that in the rural communities. You had to travel to a main city or the capital itself to be able to obtain something like brown bread. So that's why we were educating them and training them on how to make the healthier options, which has proven very popular out there.
How large is your group?
It's got a few hundred members over in Ghana, and we're building on them over in the UK.
Okay, this is what I mean, in the UK. How large in the UK?
It's still growing.
It's still growing?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you need to build on that.
Yes, we do.
You do?
Yes.
All right. Yeah. That's what you're here for. All right. So you've got an exhibition. There's something going on.
Yes. Yes, we have got the Made in Africa exhibition that's taking place in Cape Coast in Ghana in September. That will be from the 15th to the 21st, with a tour that's happening afterwards as well.
Oh.
So it's an opportunity for people within communities across the world. We're not just looking at the UK for people to go over and see what's available over there. We're looking at the Caribbean and America and Canada, and wherever there are people that are from the diaspora, to see what investment potential there is out in Africa. We are looking for the empowerment, not through just cultural interaction, but economic viability. There is so much to be gained from the continent, and so much that we can give back. The things are there, but the processing and the understanding of what we from outside know, that's the exchange that we're proposing for people to be able to go over and meet and link up with the actual people that live in the rural communities, people that have business, people that want to start business. You know, the cultural exchange is the key keeping currency within the community as well. You know, there's always the talk about the black pound or the black dollar. It's bigger than that, because at the end of the day, this is where things are grown, this is where things should be manufactured and finished as product and then shipped out. And what we're doing is we're creating that vehicle for anybody who does want to know about investment or get involved with the people that are actually manufacturing and processing, you know, to be able to invest in that, because the growth of Africa as a whole is happening with or without the input of the diaspora.
Of course.
So this is an avenue for them to get involved. One of the things that I do in part of my regular life is I am a loctician and natural hair specialist. So I wanted to share that knowledge with people once I'd gone over to Ghana.
Okay.
And they were really surprised, because I had my hair done in a style that was an updo, and they couldn't believe that it was locks, A, and B, they didn't realise that it was all my hair. So it became a thing where the Hairdressers Association have really become interested in the whole process and want to let go of the chemicals or the hair extensions in order to have their own hair. And half of the reason why a lot of them are doing hair extensions, etc., is because their hair's breaking. So that achieved over in Africa is the interest from other countries to be able to come over to really showcase what was a little snippet of information that I gave them, and that was just opening up everything else as to, well, hey, this is something that we in the West can do by giving information about what we do know out in the West to help forge better relationships.
That's a good thing.
Economical viability as well.
That's a good thing.
And preserving culture.
Yeah, excellent. That's a good thing. People listening to this and wanted to know more about your organisation, a bit more about you as well. How can they get that information?
Well, we have a website at the moment called can I give you the address?
Everything. In fact, can I let you shine and look straight into that camera and do your thing?
Our website is www.starblackfoundation, that's all one word, and it's .org, O-R-G. So that's starblackfoundation.org. How did I do?
You did great. You got such a lovely smile.
What we have actually achieved over in Africa is the interest from other countries to be able to come over to really showcase what is on offer.
Great.
There are thousands and millions of hectares of virgin land that are ready for development, and the store lands that the chiefs have got under their belt are available for the people in the diaspora to obtain and develop. We're talking about not just the usual agricultural things. We're talking about actually doing things like solar energy and renewable energy, building houses, construction, IT, across the board, everything that you can think of. The bamboo is there. We could be making furniture out of that, you know. The shea butter farms up there in their abundant nature, but obviously there has to be the port to sell them. Otherwise the processing part of the manufacturing process will be lost to machines. And I'm not sure if you know much about shea butter, but a lot of people say that it's got a lot of healing qualities. People can cook with shea butter, eat, have it as their oil, you know, just melt it down in the pot. You can use it as a hair cream. That's what I do.
That's the thing.
And you can use it as body cream.
That's
what I actually use on my body, you know. So it's got such a general use on it. But at the end of the day, the manufacturing process is not done in the area that it's grown. So therefore, the people that are manufacturing it aren't seeing the benefits. And that's why this expo is on. And we really would urge people to get themselves in a position where they can get over to Ghana in September.